What's up, dweebs, and welcome to this week's episode of Mr. Satan's DweebCast. I'm your host, Mr. Satan, and this week I have Krystal. You can follow her at King Krystal on Instagram and Twitter. She does cosplay and goes to anime conventions and stuff. You may have seen her just like trending on Instagram or Twitter. She's pretty unique. She has braids and does a lot of gender bending, different her own versions of popular characters. It's really cool. You can check her out and give her a follow. You might be checking in from her, or you might just be a weekly listener, but I think you guys will really enjoy this interview. She's a very hardcore anime fan. She's into shoujo, so we have plenty to talk about. I hope you guys enjoy this week's episode. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe. All that helps. Enjoy. What's up, dweebs? I'm here with at King Krystal on Instagram and Twitter. She is a cosplayer that I think we've all just kind of seen you pop up if you follow anime shit. Like, dude, you always do these edits, and I immediately had to follow you. I was like, this is great. Just the cosplay and then putting yourself in the Naruto like scenes and shit. Like, that shit makes my day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll try.
Got you. So, so my podcast, I like to talk about like how people got into anime and then why they're into it in the way that they are like now, like the way that you eventually got into cosplay. But I want to start. Where did you, like, did you watch Pokemon growing up and shit, like all the way back?
No. Okay.
No?
So back in elementary school, like third grade maybe, my mom bought me like the Shonen Jump, like the big magazine thing or the manga thing.
Yeah.
And then she would give them to me and I would read it, and then one of my friends was talking to me about Naruto one time, and so then that was kind of like my gateway drug into anime, and here I am now.
Nice. So Naruto was the first,
Naruto
the first
was
love.
the first one who got me in it, and I'm still with him in the end. Like, it was him. Yeah, I was really in there.
So what is it about Naruto that drew you in? Is it Naruto himself, or is the other characters, or?
That's a good question. I think it is Naruto himself, just because I really like his personality, because he's super just like in your face, outgoing, loud, obnoxious, and that was kind of me growing up too. Like, I'm still like that, like loud, obnoxious in your face, and so it's cool like seeing him, follow his dream and then his friends, and it was just like, I love you so much. And I don't know. I think his personality is what really makes me love Naruto so much.
Right. He really drives the show because he has the morals and everything, but then he's the comic relief, but then he also can make you feel so many different things, so many ranges of emotions. So many other characters are like Sasuke. I basically feel one or two things about Sasuke. It's kind of, and everyone else is kind of like they're either doing great or I'm pissed off. But Naruto, it's just, yeah, I feel you. So what other animes did you branch into after Naruto? Like, did you immediately start out watching others, or did you just stay on Naruto for like a while?
I think I was on Naruto for a while. I think maybe like high school is when, because like I had like a little break where I was like, maybe I'm not into anime that much, and maybe this isn't my thing. I took like a little break. But
were you an
then
anime kid in high school? Because I wasn't. I'll admit it, dude.
I was really into anime, but like I was like a closeted anime nerd, because like I saw my other friends who were anime nerds, and they were the ones who were running through the hallways like with her, and I was like, not gonna be me, couldn't be me.
Exactly.
So I was like, this is why you guys are bullied. Like, you want to know why? That's why. So I was like, that wasn't me. I was like to myself, but I really liked. I'm trying to think of all the animes I liked. I was really into Free, like the swimming boy anime, and I was into.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I've heard that. Is it more of a slice of life or a sports anime?
I would say more sports, like 80% sports, 20% slice of life, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I still haven't watched that one, but I've heard about it. I haven't found a sports anime that I just started. I finally like have watched like two slice of life ones now, but I haven't watched a sports anime yet.
To be fair, I don't really like slice of life, and I really like shonen. I like fighting, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
No,
like
that's my whole thing. I'm just
that's
trying to
yeah.
branch out to cover my
I know, just cover my bases, try to be
right, right.
cultured.
I gotta be well versed if I'm doing
Yeah,
this. You know what I
I
mean?
think I can't really remember what other animes like I watched in high school because I used to have like a whole wall and it was just covered with all types of animes. And I'm really trying to think. Like I was into Attack on Titan a lot. I was into Psychopaths. Was that even out? I don't know. I was just
Got you. So, but the shonen ones, like basically all the fighting shonen animes. What's top five then? You got a top five maybe? Can you narrow it?
okay. Let me try it. Naruto. No, just kidding. Naruto, Attack on Titan, Mob Psycho. It's like I really like My Hero Academia, but I wouldn't think it's my top five. Top five.
Right.
God.
It can grow into a top five, but I don't
Yeah.
want to give it the credit yet. Like no
Yeah.
offense to it.
Exactly. Like it's good,
Right.
but I don't think it would be like my top five.
Right.
Where was I? Naruto, Mob
It might
Psycho.
get
Yeah, it might get back. I don't know. Attack on Titan. I don't know my fifth one. I don't know yet. That question is always hard for me because like I know there's another one. I don't know.
It's all good, dude. No, no, no. It's hard. It's just to bring up other ones. So, what did you really like about Mob Psycho? Isn't that the one you just?
Okay, well, first, let me show you my boyfriend because I love him so much. I'm sorry. I keep him in my phone all the time. So when people, like, I'm just like, you want to see a picture of my boyfriend? But I don't know. I like Mob Psycho first because the animation's super dope. I love Reagan's character so much because he's like a scammer and that's so funny. He's like a scammer, but a teacher, but like a bad guy, but a good guy. But not like a bad guy, but like a conflicted bad guy. You know what I mean?
I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah.
And I really like, I don't know, I like Mob. He's just like a little guy who has crazy powers trying to figure life out. And I don't know, I like the dynamic between him and Reagan. And then the animation gets me. So it's like a nice, cute show.
Yeah, the animation style and it's unique. I like it. I don't know, does that company or animator do they do any other shows like
I
we're in that style?
think
Do you know?
their style reminds me of One Punch Man and Kill a Kill, kind of. Because I know,
Right, right.
yeah. And I also like those animes too. Like I like One Punch Man. The second season was trash, but the
Yeah,
first
I
season was
kind of fell off.
I watched it. It was crazy because I watched it right, and I was like, "This is trash, trash, trash." And then the ending, it kind of got a little better, and then the last episode was just they left. It was I can't even explain how stupid it was. It just wasn't worth my time watching, but I still love it. But
Right.
it's just like trash, hard
Dude,
trash.
no. Being a so I wasn't into anime until the last like 3 or 4 years really. Like I was, but like I watched Pokemon shit and Yu-Gi-Oh and all that growing up, but like I didn't like anime in high school. I thought I was scared to be that level of nerd. I was like, I'm already this level nerd. I can't
Right,
subjugate to that.
right.
But so I really feel for all the people that watch things week by week, and now that I am into a lot of the anime that's currently airing and I am watching shit week by week, these cliffhangers are so and whenever it's a filler and you were like really hyped for shit, bro, like Black Clover. Oh, do you watch Black Clover?
Okay, so I caught up with because I don't like watching week by week either. So I caught up to Black
Right,
Clover,
right.
and then as soon as I got caught up, I stopped watching it, and it's been like a month or two because I'm just
Ooh, no,
waiting.
that's a perfect. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm
So,
waiting because
dude,
yeah, but my friends keep saying like you're missing so much, and I'm like I can wait, it's fine. Because apparently it got like super crazy, and also got like super crazy like currently.
it did, but it's brief, and then there's a lull, and I know it's gonna be super awesome again. So give it maybe another month and a half, and I'm
Easy,
telling you, you're gonna be hyped. You're gonna be
perfect.
hyped.
Another
It's great.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say another one that does that. I was super into Sword Art Online. You've seen Sword Art?
Yes, yes. I have
Yeah,
not watched the new season.
it's
I saw it's out.
yeah. I saw the first season where they're like doing the regular Sword Art was super cool, and then I think the second season they turned into fairies, which was dumb. And then third season was Gun Gale, and I loved Gun Gale so
Right. I
much.
was like, I need more on that.
But then they were in a cave for like 2 episodes, and then it turned back into fairies, and I was like, this they killed this, like they ruined it, and it was so that's like Sword Art was so good, and then they just were like, we don't want to make money. It's fine. Killed it.
It's like they really chose the wrong demographic of their fans to please in the final decisions, like where it ends up. It's like, oh no, we didn't want the nice. It really does that. It tries to be too lighthearted at times, and I'm like, you have potential to be real badass. Like
Yeah.
if if it like wanted to be more shonen-esque, it would be so much better.
Nope, not
But
Sword Art
no,
Online.
it's like no, we're a slice of life isekai, and I'm like, that's basically how I describe
This isn't
it.
what I came for. I came for food.
Right, this weird family relationship dynamic thing isn't really like.
Not a fan.
So when did you start cosplaying?
I started cosplaying sometime last year. My very first cosplay, actually no, I started in October because my very first cosplay was Sakura, and I did her for King Vader's video, and so that was my first cosplay ever. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Let me just continue doing this, and then I just
Hell
started
yeah.
doing more, and here I am today. Haha.
Was it, were you Sakura because you like Sakura, or were you Sakura because
So,
be-
so I have mixed feelings towards Sakura. Like, I don't hate her, but I don't really like her as like I don't really like the girl characters in Naruto because I feel like they're poorly written. So I don't really like her that much. But I had pink braids at the time, and then
Oh, dude, that I
yeah,
wanted to ask about that. Did the
yeah.
braids come the color of the? I want to know if like you base the different cosplays off the braid color, or you get the braids first and then you're like,
So how it works is, so my first cosplay, I just had pink braids just cause, and
right,
then
right, right.
Vader had posted, "Hey, I need Naruto cosplayers." Blah blah. I was like, "Well, you know who else has pink hair? Sakura." So then that's what got
Yes.
it into it. So now I mainly do my braids based off like what characters I want to do. So like I did the orange because I did a Blossom cosplay, and now I'm trying to think of every other orange-haired character I can do
Oh,
before I take the
bro, I
braids
saw
out.
the Nagato one, and that one's so fucking.
Yeah, I really wanted to like
the,
do the piercings, but I had no time. I was like
bro, but
rushing.
the one with the hair up and everything though, it's cool. And then, did you make yourself like all six paths of paint?
I really was, but then I would have to cut my hair, so I have to like strategically.
Oh,
So like I have to take all
right,
the
right, right.
long hair first,
You
and then I have
just tie your braids in different ways, maybe. I don't know.
backs. I could. Oh, you know what? That'd be really dope, and then just have me all like ganged up. Like, oh, that would be so cool. Okay, I gotta remember to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. So, are you going to school for something in that? Because I see, like, in your story sometimes, like, because doing this podcast, I'm a photographer and I always use Lightroom. But then doing this, I got really into Photoshop and shit, and I just see you doing all your shit, and I'm like, oh, I know how to do that now too. Yeah, like it's just cool to see.
So I go to school for animation and visual effects at LA Film, but I only
Oh,
started
that's
going to
awesome.
that. Thank you. I only started going to that school though because I started doing like my own video editing back in October too. I was like, I kind of want to do this for the rest of my life, and so I switched my
Hell yeah.
majors. Yeah, I switched my majors
What
out
was your first one? Your first
sociology,
major?
but I
Oh,
like
girl, you made the right decision.
I know. I like sociology though because like I like figuring out why people do the things they do. Like the reason why you're sad
Right.
is because your mom didn't hug you when you were 3 years old. Like I like doing that stuff. But this is a bit more fun. So
Dude,
here I am.
but sociology, the sociology of people's interest in anime is kind of like what I base this on. Like it really, that's what I like figuring out. Like I like figuring out like for me, like Naruto, like not having any friends and his one friend just being like his, also like his biggest pain in the ass is such me. Like that's
Oh,
such.
so you're trying to like figure out if this person's trying to relate to this character because they have that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I had a friend who didn't have good relationship with his parents and really relates to Gara and shit like that. It's just
Are they a serial killer?
no, no,
Okay.
no. I mean, there's time will tell. I really think people can 20s can be, blissful, but once you stay with that sadness in your
We'll see what happens.
30s.
Fingers crossed it'll be
Keep a
more
close
fun.
eye, right? You gotta really just worry about the ones that identify with pain. That's the ones I'd really.
That's the that's the
Who's
ones
your
that we
favorite villain in Naruto? How about that?
I really like Madara. The only reason why I like Madara. Do you know that one scene during the Great War where he was like fighting all the ninjas and his eyes were like looking? You know that scene?
Yeah,
That scene
yeah.
did it for me. I was like, my
Oh
favorite.
yes,
Yeah. So
dude.
him is
They have if you like look up like Naruto gifs, I think on your Instagram or whatever, they have like that Sharingan eye specifically, the one that's like
really.
going all nuts. Yeah, from that. It just
I think
saying. I always noticed I was like, that's a very like to not have a regular Sharingan eye, but you have that one is very
it's very
okay. You
okay.
got niche things. Those gifts on there, I'm always like, oh, surely they'll have this, and they like don't.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? Like with
So
animes and shit, I'm like, oh, you don't have this anime? It's the biggest thing in the world to me. So how do you not?
well, that's what I whenever I go places to like Hot Topic or like Spencer's to buy like merchandise, I'm like, how do you not have Naruto? Like it's like My Hero Academia or like Dragon Ball Z. I was like, how can you not have Naruto?
Oh,
Bro, I
dude,
went to
out
Japan.
here, I got this shirt at Spencer's, and my girl got a they got the like Leaf Jonin hoodie at on Hot Topic. It's so cool. It looks like you could wear it for cosplay outfits.
That's
Like it's
crazy.
cool.
So it's just here that's messed up. I understand.
Yeah, dude, out here, listen to this. Listen to this. I live in the middle of nowhere in Missouri, by the way. I just moved from St. Louis, but to the middle of nowhere. So, but in St. Louis, there's a like at the mall, you go to the PacSun. The PacSun has One Piece T-shirts at a PacSun.
In the middle of Missouri.
Yeah, and they're
What am
like
I doing?
high. They're like that nice, like different kind of
Quality.
T-shirt material. You're like, oh, it's a like $35 T-shirt, and it's One Piece at
What?
PacSun. On their main display. I'm not kidding. Like I was blown away. There was three One Piece shirts. It wasn't even just one. I'm just saying. I'm not even a One Piece fan. I was just blown away.
I don't even like One Piece, but I still wanted the shirt.
I was just like, it's so. I mean, and then now you got the Michael B. Jordan coach Naruto thing, and then the primitive skatewear. Have you seen the that?
I've seen that, and I would actually buy that stuff. I have to go to the store and check it out.
Right, I'm not gonna pay the overpriced for the. I wish I could have that fanny pack, that Sharon, the Mangekyo
That
fanny pack.
there was like one or two things I liked from the Michael B. Jordan thing, but everything else I was like, I could not do it.
I could never.
And I was so mad at all my friends who got like sent the stuff. I was like, I'm going to rob you. Like you don't understand. I'm gonna be
That's
out.
the cool thing about living in the middle of nowhere is no one is gonna go buy that shit. So I'm like, well, I'll just buy, bro. I'll rock the. I love going to Walmart and finding random anime T-shirts and Ross and
Now. It's
yeah,
crazy.
like I had one of the coolest Naruto hoodies I got from like a Ross or one of those type like, yeah, yeah,
Ross?
yeah,
Really?
and it has like manga cutouts all over the back and like,
That's
right,
dope.
it's cool.
That's cool.
But it's just crazy how mainstream it's come to be an anime fan. That's why
Mhm.
I love just finding people from different backgrounds. I had no idea that's what you were going to school for, was for actual animation though. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
like I want to work in the so it's mainly visual effects that I'm more interested in because
Right.
I wanted to do like superhero effects in like Marvel movies and all this stuff. But then I was like, I could do like live action anime and then apply the stuff I learned in school to like anime stuff. So like I have a career, but I also have a hobby in anime and just making like sick shit. So technically, everything I'm doing right now isn't even what I really wanted to do. This is kind of just like side stuff until like I actually know what I want. You know what
Right,
I mean?
right, right.
Yeah.
You're just kind of building your like I'm gonna keep doing the things I like and then I'll
Uh-huh.
find out what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So more to
Where
come.
these skills apply, I'm not really sure. There's a lane. It's
We'll
just
figure. I'll
maybe
figure it
maybe
out.
you're the silver lining to like someone that can actually eventually make a good live action anime
Maybe.
movie.
And then I'll be the one to do the visual effects.
Oh. I
Hopefully.
saw which was that from Demon Slayer when you were doing the like animation thing the other day?
Yeah, that was from Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
That was rough. That was really rough, and I could definitely make that better. That was like I
Oh,
literally
it is
did it.
cool. It was like the episode of Demon Slayer I watched like that day, so it was I was like, oh shit, I was hyped.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Oh, perfect timing. I did that
Yeah.
just because I knew you were watching it. That's why I posted it. Honestly.
Got you, got you. So, what other cosplays do you have? like, or I guess hair colors you want to do, and then cosplays?
Okay, so so braid wise, I don't really have. I think the next braid one I want to do is. Sorry, wait, I have to check
No,
because
you
like
good.
I have like my future cosplays on my thing. I just want to
Oh, so
see.
you actually there's already a list.
Yeah, like I have like a so.
Perfect.
But none of them are braided though. They're all kind of like wigs or like my natural hair. I think if I were going to do another cosplay, because like people have been like giving me, I think I wanted to do yellow only. I kind of wanted to see if I could do Naruto braided, but I think I would have to do more curly hair for that because like some characters with spiky hair, I'm like, because I want to do a Vegeta cosplay, and I was like, how can I do Vegeta with braids?
Ooh,
But I can't. Like it wouldn't look right, so I'm gonna like just wear my natural hair out or something like that. But
I got
braid
you.
wise, I have no idea yet. I don't know. It's kind of up in the wind. I don't know.
Yeah, there's tons of, and I just love the gender bending like ones too, the ones that are like different. The like I can't wait to see Vegeta. Like you could do so many different things with your braids for Vegeta.
I've realized like
Eh,
most of the characters I want to cosplay are guys. I feel like I just have more fun,
but
like
those
just
are yeah, that's the coolest one because such a different like outlook on it. Because anyone can just buy the costume and dress up as that person, but
facts.
like to make it your own is like cool and it shows that you really care about like wanting to be that
Yeah,
character.
exactly. I'm doing Do you have you ever seen Samurai Champloo?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of it. Yeah,
It's okay. You
not
don't have to
all of
watch.
it. Yeah,
You know Mugen, the crazy one with
yeah.
the. I'm doing him, and that's the one I'm most excited for. Like I'm so excited
Oh
to do him.
shit.
But
Okay, that's cool.
I sorry, I'm sorry. I
No,
also
no, no.
I also try and base my cosplays off of like so the Demon Slayer thing where I put myself in the video thing. I try and base my
Yeah.
characters on videos that I want to do. So they're like there's like a Vegeta video I want to do, or there's like a Mugen video I want to do, and there's like this. So
Oh,
so
I see you.
so I don't have to keep doing my hair over and over. So I can just like do it once and do everything that I need to do and never have to do it
Right.
again.
Dude, while you're blonde, you could do if you do blonde, for like Super Saiyan Vegeta and Naruto, right? You could do like Dio.
I could do Dio.
Bro, because Dio, you could do like any like ridiculous braid thing would be so funny.
I
You
could.
know
I
what I'm
need to write this
saying?
down.
Like you could even do space buns, like any of them.
I, yeah, I have to write this down. I'll definitely forget. Dio. Thank you for that.
I just got it. I'm on season. I'm like almost on season two of JoJo's. I never watched it before. I just started like a week and a half ago, and I fucking love that. I didn't know
Oh,
I
you
was gonna love
do?
that one that
Oh, you
much.
do?
I do you not? It's
No,
so
I know.
weird.
I'm all caught up with it. Just like the first season was hard to get through, and the second, I think the third one was hard to get through, and then the fourth one was hard to get through, and then it
Shit.
was good. Yeah, no, I
Oh
mean
shit.
you'll like it since you like the first one, then you'll definitely like the third one
Okay.
and all that.
Okay.
But it's
The
good.
first
It's
like
good.
couple episodes, it was weird. Then once you like get a grip for like this is like the dynamic,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was set. It's just yeah, I don't know. I can't. I know that there's gonna be another like JoJo. Like I know he's gonna die at some point while I'm watching this, and that there's gonna be another JoJo, and it was bothering me because I really like this JoJo, and I thought that
Yeah,
was really different of an anime to like kill off the main characters,
right?
like in the before the first season ended. Just like in it, like three-fourths through the first season, it was just like, oh shit, no, they're all really dead.
Yeah, no, they're not coming back. That's how I felt too. Like I was like, oh, so they're gonna kill this one off. So I shouldn't get attached to any JoJo character. Basically, like if your name's
Like
JoJo, it's over.
but I'm like now I'm kind of mad. I'm like, but I really like this JoJo. Like the, this one, the way he predicts like what other people are gonna say
Yeah,
before they
yeah,
say
yeah.
it, shit.
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't know. He's too cool. And the accents really throw me. I don't know what I because I'm watching it dubbed and I don't
That's the problem.
know.
You did it to yourself.
All right, part two. So I was just watching the video of where we left off yesterday, and we were talking about JoJo's, and I've been
Yes.
suffering through the dub because I didn't, I just like, do they do because it's like different, like times, right? So do they in like different areas? So do they do like Japanese like English accents, like, or do they do like old English accents?
No. I'm trying to like remember like that time. No, I don't think a Japanese English accent.
I don't know. They don't do like because like that's like it's such a weird like funny part that I enjoy about it about the dub is like the old English accent and then he's got like a New York accent and then he's like
Oh yeah, okay, then yeah, they do the same thing in the sub too. Like in when they had Joe, who is this? Jonathan, the second JoJo. When he was in New York, he has like a
right,
weird
yeah.
like New York, but he's speaking Japanese accent. So
Yes,
yeah,
that's what
so
I was
it's like
wondering. It's just like his flow to it, I guess, is kind of like more New York. I guess like the rhythm of saying it.
facts, facts. I should actually listen to it in dub so I can see and compare like which one is the true New York accent.
Oh yeah, I think I think it just lays on the cheese like way heavier whenever it's a dub because it's like
Facts.
it's when the Japanese you can kind of like just ignore like that's the case with a lot of subs versus dubs I feel like because you could just kind of like ignore uh how over dramatic shit is in another language because you're not really paying attention to that as much anyway. You just you just need something to go along with the mouth moving to where
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, okay. I understand. Are you more of a sub like listener or are you dub?
Y- yeah, so I call it like DweebCast because like I'm kind of like a dub weeb. I'm kind of I know it's not that I only watch dub. Like I've watched quite a few sub things, but I prefer it just because like I can be more immersed into it. Not that I'm not like I'm still watching it with the subs when I'm watching dub,
Right.
right?
Oh, you still have the subtitles even though there's English.
Yeah, I don't, it doesn't
That's
really make
funny.
much sense, but I don't rely on them.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can look away or I can do whatever I need. Not that I because I don't know. It's I like focusing, especially like I'm really excited that Demon Slayer is now being dubbed because I really like the art in Demon Slayer and I want to be able to like focus more on that while watching it because that one does CGI like the coolest than
Oh
any
yeah,
anime has.
that animation went crazy. Like especially, have you are you caught up? Have you seen
Yeah,
it?
I
Okay,
got
yeah.
well, I'm on episode like 24,
Oh
so I
yeah,
think
you were telling me that you had just seen that crazy animation part like yesterday or whenever I posted that thing, and then you were like, "What?
yeah,
This is crazy." Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, animation goes hard.
Right. Do you have a favorite, since you are in school for animation, do you have a favorite series or anime standalone movie that like that animation is your favorite? Like that's your like that's where you go for
Holy
inspiration?
grail.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So my favorite, I think, animation I've seen is this movie called Your Name. It's a movie
I've
about.
heard about this name, but tell me about it because I've only heard little bits.
All right, let me see if I can do it without ruining it. So
Yeah.
basically, it's like a guy and a girl, and they switch bodies all the time, so they have to like live in each other's worlds. Um, and then they eventually like meet each other, and then I'm really bad at like explaining stuff without like ruining like super cool parts. So it's like they
No.
basically like meet each other, and then it's like but the animation is so beautiful. It's so like I don't think I could be able to recreate that, but just seeing it kind of like inspires me to be like, I can do it. I can, you know what I mean, kind of thing.
Right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I feel you. I feel you. And I like seeing it would probably like it probably it's like I listen to other podcasts and stuff to get ideas for other questions to ask people and stuff. You know, not other people are really interviewing people directly about anime, so like
Hmm.
finding other different lanes of podcasts, but like applying that type of question. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but is there? When did you start? Like, were you always like drawing and shit as a kid,
No,
or
no,
so?
I can't.
When did
I
you get into art then? When did you change?
so I've always just liked art. I've always wanted to know how to draw, but I knew like art, I could not physically be able to draw well. Like I could draw, anyone could draw, but good, I cannot do it at all. So then I was,
I feel
yeah,
you.
no. So then it was cool when I found another. artistic outlet I could do that's not drawing. So now digital, like Photoshop, just editing is kind of where I feel like I'm better at. I just took a digital painting class like last month, and it was the hardest thing I've
Ooh.
ever done in my entire life. But it was super cool to see what I could do, and I feel like if I really put more time into it, I could be good at it. But I don't want to because I'm not really interested in that right now.
I got you. I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, I when I first made my channel and everything, I have this logo. I don't know if you've seen it, but one of my logos is like me, like animate, like drawn, like doing like a hand sign with like Leaf Shinobi like outfit. And like I just watched a video to just got the Adobe like loadout, all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Adobe programs and the new computer, and I was making everything I needed for the podcast, and I just like watched a YouTube video on like how to like put that on Illustrator and like as like and like basically trace over my face and shit, and then just like use a picture of Kakashi as like my body, and then like trace over that shit,
Hmm.
and like it was really cool, and I had a lot of fun, but like I did it once, and I was like, all right. I'm good. Like I just finished that one picture, and I was like, "Good, we're done now. We're
I
done.
never want to do that again.
That's the logo. Don't need more logos."
I'm tapping out. Never. You like delete Adobe entirely because you're like, this is it. I did everything I needed to do. I get it.
I do photography too, and that's one of my other creative outlets. So I feel you on having like, because I have really cool ideas. I feel like they're cool ideas in my head, and I can't draw. I can't even color inside the lines, dude. I'm not that guy.
Ooh.
But but now that I've like gotten into Photoshop and shit, I'm like, oh, but I can like mask shit like a motherfucking pro, and that's a skill within its own.
That is
So
true. I think, okay, I will think, because I did photography too, and then I dropped my camera in the sand at the beach. But I think that's where, I don't want to
oh
talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. But
no,
I think, I
oh,
think
I
that
want
was
to talk
where
about it
I
so
first
bad.
started. Yeah, I know. I think that's where it first started then for my artistic abilities. It was just like,
Got you, got
yeah,
you.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Were you Canon or Nikon?
Can't,
Oh,
always
me
can't.
too. Me too. I was just doing a photo shoot yesterday before we did the podcast. I was doing my sister-in-law's senior photos, and my fiance was helping me with the photo shoot, and we were throwing leaves like for a fall photo
Oh,
shoot,
yeah, yeah.
and she has like this like double layered like engagement ring thing.
Oh,
She and
no.
she threw them, and we had to look for them for like 30 minutes. And
Did you find
yeah,
it?
I was like, oh
Okay.
God, I'm gonna have to cancel like this interview and shit.
Oh,
We were,
I would have understood. I would have completely understood.
got you. Yeah, you being like knowing that you've done photography and shit. Like I'm like, oh, she would
I would,
understand that
I would
now.
totally understand. I'd be like, "Do you want me to come help you? Like, I'll come."
Bro, I was like, oh God, she for real started calling family members like, we need everyone here. And the whole time I'm just on my hands and knees. And it was in a giant pile of leaves, like
Leaves.
in a park, like
Impossible. You would have never found that. I'm happy you
right.
did though.
Right? That's why I needed a Byakugan would have helped probably, like
It would have been
so
so easy.
back to anime.
Yes, back to
Back to
anime.
Naruto? What is your favorite Kekkei Genkai? That's what I just thought of.
I don't have a favorite only because my favorite anything in Naruto involves fire, and there's so many like different fire things, and so
The fireball jutsus
yeah,
and
but there's like one I don't remember the name of it because I used to do it crazy on. Have you ever played Ninja Storm?
yes, yes,
I
yes,
there's
yes.
one move. I kind of want to find it, but there's one move that I used to use like crazy, 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 crazy. Sorry, this is totally off topic. Just
Very
so you know.
good. No, 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 no. Ninja Storm, I talk about a lot on this podcast. Actually, I want to find like a way to do a short series with that is like the ultimate game for Naruto fans. Like
Oh
Ninja Storm 4 with all the DLC and everything. Like, and now they have it remastered. My
my God.
buddy gave me his login information for his like Xbox and shit, so I could play his because he has that big bundle. It's all the games have been remastered and shit, and it
They
has
have.
all the DLC. Yeah. Yeah, they're all done in like the same exact like animation that the last as four
Fake fan.
was.
Fake fan, fake fan, fake fan, fake fan. I
No,
didn't.
no, I didn't know either, dude. I was like, this just exists, and yes, I play the hell out of that. There's like 70 something Naruto characters
I
in the
found
last
it.
game. What is
Sorry,
it?
I found it. So you know that it's a move that Obito uses. So I guess the Sharingan would be my favorite, only because I've only seen Sharingan like users use like the fire, but it's the the Phoenix fire style Phoenix flow, and it's like when you do
Ooh,
it, like the fireballs like come at you, but it's like multiple ones. So no matter where you run to, like there's fireballs chasing you, and I like smash the crap out of that.
hell yeah,
Yeah, favorite move ever. You make me want to go
dude.
to the game now.
Dude, that and I love my friend for real came over for like the weekend that he got that he came over and we played it for like 3 days straight because because I'm a newer an anime fan and shit, so I had never played it and I had watched all of Naruto and shit, and he was like, "Oh, buddy, wait," and we would just play like 7 hours a day for like 3 days straight. It was nuts, and I would just get my ass beat relentlessly. But man, Shisui in that game. Shisui in that game, the way he jumps
Yes.
back and forth, bro, that was ooh. And I love all the he would be owning me so much that he would be like he would play all of the different like cinematic like
Oh, the
cutscene
scenes. Yeah, yeah.
teams. Yeah, he would like do all of those and I mean, he was just toying with me really. But it was so cool for me to fight like against that. It was like the best version of that. It was like
I
he knows
know.
everything about it and he can just torture me, but in a way that I love it.
I used to work with kids, and so I would bring that game to like where I used to work all the time, and all the kids would want to play,
Oh,
and then I would just destroy them. Like it was literally like I would just sit on the couch and I'd be like, "Who's next? Come on, sit down," and I would just. It was great. It was great. I loved it so much.
I was giving him shit. I'd be like in the very beginning, I'd be like, no, you can only use Ginning from original Naruto. And I'd be like
That's fucked up.
all three Kage. And I'd
And then
still lose. I'd
he would
still
still,
lose.
yeah,
That's
he would
fucking
still
bullshit.
wipe you with Sakura. Like he would.
Yo, and my first win against him was
Uh,
because I spammed 10-10. I swear. I
I
spammed 10-10 and I won, and I was like, I don't even like that I won now. I don't.
It wasn't even worth it. I hated her. She was my. I hated her just because she was long distance, and Shino. Her and Shino were my least favorite characters to like go against.
Oh, I love them in the well, okay, I don't love 10-10 in the anime because we don't even know 10-10 from the anime.
Right?
I
They
thought
should give her a
the
backstory.
beginning of Shippuden, I thought she would be pretty cool because like when they were you saw her flex like some cool moves only one time whenever they're going like against their water clone doubles that Kisame put up or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, and she did like this like dope ass moves where she was making it rain ninja tools and
Mhm.
shit out of scrolls, but like never besides when she was just basically killing herself with the fan in the fourth grade ninja war, did we see her do anything else?
No, see, that's why they really did female characters dirty in that series because she has so she could have been they could have made her so cool, but they were just like dropped. They fumbled the bag. They fumbled it all the way to the floor.
Right? Yeah. And she, and then they did dirty to my favorite side male characters for the most part, like when it comes to Boruto. I got oh, we just gonna make Choji fat again? We just gonna make Choji he did accomplish that. We're gonna
He
like
did so
lower
much.
all fat kids that lose weight are just destined to be fat adults. Thanks. That's the exact ideals we want to set. That's great. And
Georgie.
then I thought Shino was gonna be so cool, yet he turns out to be like Aruka Sensei. Like,
Yeah, yeah, they really. I don't see. To be fair, I haven't watched Boruto. I read the first chapter. I don't watch it though, only because middle school me would literally kill me if I watch it. Because I can't see Naruto grown up. Like I can't see him not a main character. Like it would kill me. I
oh,
I
see,
I can't. I can't do it.
see, I'm on like episode 80 of Boruto. I'm not all the way caught up. I'm taking my time with it just because I don't want it to be over. And after I finish. Naruto and like I got like 40 episodes into Boruto. I was like, I need to break a minute, and then I just like chose some other shit because Boruto really lulls in those beginning
Yeah,
first
I
like
know.
80. But you see, the thing I like about Naruto in general, and what maybe you can try to find your love for within Naruto, is the continuation of like the story and like everybody, and just see it as like an actual thing that has to keep going and it can't.
Yeah,
Star
I
Wars. Like, do you like old Star Wars and new Star Wars? I mean,
I've never seen Star Wars, so I can't.
oh,
I can't. I don't
okay,
know. Well, I like the
okay.
continuation of the story, but I think it's just because I'm so in love with the character. It makes me sad because like I know how it's gonna. I got spoiled on like Tumblr or something, so I know the
Um,
inevitable. So I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want.
right.
I don't want it.
I don't want that to happen, so I'm just gonna live
I'm just
before
gonna
that happened.
I'm gonna pretend it's not happening. But I do really want to watch the time travel arc they have in Boruto that's happening right now, where Sasuke and Boruto go back. But I know I'm gonna be a
I,
mess. Like I'm gonna cry.
I'm not there, but like I like you. I've seen so much spoiled for Boruto,
Hmm.
and like what ones have you? I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm sure I've seen all the spoilers. So just tell me which ones have
I
you been
saw.
spoiled for.
I've seen two ones
I'll
that
put
really.
up spoiler alert once.
Okay, the
All right,
two that
go
I've
ahead.
seen that have really hurt me is the one where Boruto and Naruto are like in at night and they're all sleeping, and then Boruto's like, or Naruto's like, so what's your dad like? And then Boruto's like, he's cool, and Naruto's like, oh, he sounds so cool, and I'm just like, he's talking about you. That part hurt me, and I was just, but those were screen caps. So I'm just like, if I were to hear this, if I were to hear it, I would lose my mind. I would lose it. I
Yeah,
would lose it.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, that was a lot.
yeah. No, 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 dude. I'm feeling. That. What other ones? Because there's like a
I,
lot. Because like I don't want to like.
the other one I saw was where it was Naruto, Boruto, and Sasuke, and like Sasuke was like looking off into the distance, and then Naruto was like, "Oh, I'm not strong enough to even save a friend," or something like that. And then it's like everyone knows he's talking about Sasuke, and like Naruto doesn't know that that is Sasuke right there. And then Sasuke hears Naruto talking about him and how he feels useless because he can't save him, and it's just like, "Yeah, this is what you did, you piece of crap," kind of thing.
Oh
I saw
shit.
that
Okay,
one.
I didn't
Oh, you
see
didn't see
that
that one?
one. No,
Sorry.
but it's okay. No, no, no. That's very light, but like that one's cool. I don't think you've seen the three.
Oh,
Like I'm not going to spoil them
don't
for you,
tell me.
but there's like I feel like everything in that is just to tug at our heartstrings. It's like unfair. I'm like, no, 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 you can't because that's all sacred to me. That's all.
You're hurting my heart right now.
Bro, you're gonna go back and scribble on the Bible? Is that what you're gonna do? Because that's
I don't think you're allowed to do that. Like, I don't.
yeah, it's blasphemy. I can't.
So that's why I haven't like really dove in. I think I'll read it before I watch it though, because like with Naruto, I didn't watch the end because they started doing fillers, and I was like, I'm not gonna freaking watch all this. So then I just read it to the end instead of watching it. But I did watch
Right.
that fight that Naruto and Sasuke had like in the final valley, and when they lost their arm. You
Oh yeah.
you're caught up, right? Did I just dream something?
Oh no, 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 no,
Okay,
no.
cool. I was like, but yeah, I like watched that fight just because like I love fight scenes so much. And actually, let me flex really quickly. My
What?
screensaver is them fighting. Can you see that?
Oh shit. Yo, I have iPhone. How do you do that, bro?
I'll
Hey.
tell you. You just have to make a live. It's a you take a video,
Oh,
convert,
is that a live one? Oh, but
but
you
it's
can
like
make it that long?
I think I did it before the app started charging people, so you can, but I think you might have to pay for it. But I don't know. I'll send you the app that I did it on though.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Or just send me that file because
I could just do that. I do have to find it, but I could just do that.
got you. Yeah, dude, I was just playing around. I didn't know that you could do with the new Pokemon game coming out. I was all hyped to play. I figured out last night I was just playing around with like Game Boy emulators and shit, and I forgot that you could do all that on your phone. And I was just playing a bunch of old Pokemon games,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
all night.
yeah. I saw that you can like convert your phone to like a Game Boy or something like that. I'd
Yeah.
seen that a long time ago, and I was like, what the? What? Why do I need to buy a Game Boy or like a DS or a what are they called now? The 3DS things.
The Switch. I need a Switch. I need a Switch for all
Switch.
the new games, the new Pokemon, and everything coming out. Have you played Jump Force for anime games?
I just thought of Jump Force in my head. I've played Jump Force only twice. The first time I beat my friend terribly. I beat him so bad, and then I just assume I'm the best at Jump Force now because I destroyed him. And then I played a second time at a con, and I beat everybody too. So I'm just like, I'm just
Oh
the
shit! Well,
Jump
it's
Force
similar
champ.
battle mechanics to
Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's similar. And who'd you like playing as whenever you?
Killua, Jotaro, and Killua. Did I play Naruto? I think I did. Naruto, Killua. That sounds right. Those three, I think I was. That
Got
sounds
you.
right. I think so.
Before the end of the year, the last DLC character, not the final DLC
Bakugo.
character. Oh, that one's already out.
Is it? I don't
Oh,
play.
dude, Bakugo's been out for a while. Bakugo
Yikes.
and All Might, they're it's I really like playing as them. The Bakugo one is cool just because like his his moves feel like how you like want them to feel. You like thrust yourself forward with his like
His
yeah,
things. Yeah,
bro.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's exactly how you want it to be. Like
Perfect.
it's very well.
Okay.
And they just added like Majin Buu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like Fat Buu, and it's pretty good. He even turns people to candy and shit. It's good. But
Okay.
the last character they're gonna be adding for the year is Madara, and I'm hyped because you're gonna get like his Susanoo as like or you're gonna get like Ten Tails Jinchuriki as him whatever he powers up as. It's gonna be
The
one of the two.
ultimate move. That's so
Right, right.
unfair. Who's supposed? Who in that series would? I mean, maybe Vegeta, but like, who else could like beat? Like what? Like what?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it's ridiculous that Kaguya is in there. I don't know why.
I imagine someone like that going against like Gon. Like, what is Gon gonna do? Like,
Oh, going yeah, or
what?
like they barely understand like getting level basic like you know what I
And
mean
you're like,
comparatively.
hey, here's the Tin Tails, go crazy, kid. Like, what? Like, what? I would
I would
love to
have
see that.
loved. So are you a Hunter x Hunter fan?
Yes, I love them so much. Yes.
Okay, so I am in the last 10 episodes. I have been on and off with Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
I really loved it, really loved it, and was watching every episode all the way through until the Chimera Ant arc, which everyone loves, and I don't. I fell off with like how weird the powers got, and I like weird. I thought, but
I think the reason why people like it, well, the reason why I like it so much is the ending between the Ant King and this like girl. I like their ending
that
so
was
much.
cool. That
That
was
yeah,
cool.
and literally whenever I rewatch the show, I literally just watch that part because that's like my favorite part in like the entire series.
Bro, Netero versus him was
That was
the
pretty insane.
coolest. That was the last time I really enjoyed it. Right now, I'm like, they
Oh my
keep
god.
doing this. Sorry, that was
No,
brutal.
it's okay. I understand.
But I'm just so frustrated with this like whole revoting 7 times. Like
I don't see everything after that arc. I kind of forgot about. To be, if I'm gonna
they
be honest.
like revote for like who's replacing Netero, and like Gon gets
Oh,
healed by Killua's weird other brother or sister. I can't really tell if it's a
oh,
brother or sister. It's weird.
oh, and then they go on some quest where they like take the Aluka girl, right? And they like go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I remember that.
And Hisoka comes back, and it's actually one of Hisoka's like coolest. He kills like Gon's butler, or Killua's
Kilo
butler. I
was
mean,
about.
yeah, and the one with the quarters. He like slits his throat, and it's like brutal. I was like, oh, that's like out of Hunter. I don't know it because like so in the beginning it felt like it was more like brutal, but then like I guess because the powers got so unrealistic, it got a little less. And
Like, yeah,
animes
yeah,
tend to
yeah.
do that, but like I don't know, it was
Sorry.
It was no, you're good. It was. I hope the interaction with Gon and his dad is what I want at the end, and the whole thing. I still haven't wrapped it up. The whole thing with Kite being a little girl now. I'm confused.
I'm just gonna let you know now. They're not gonna go back to that. I'll just let you know now. They're not gonna
Well,
like give you explanation. They're not gonna say, "Let's go check on Kite and see how the
okay,
little girl."
that's the
No.
kind of shit. That's the kind of shit that I do not like about Hunter x Hunter.
I feel that because like they had that whole arc where they're in that like video game, and like then you figure out literally everything about that was
Right,
useless.
it
They
becomes an
don't use any of
isekai
it.
for a second. Like their powers change, and it becomes an isekai, like different style of anime.
It's like it's not. It's like a totally different anime. It's like it just
Uh huh.
whatever this
Like,
is takes so
like
much
you
to
thought Sword Art changed from season to season. Fucking wait till you get a hold of
facts.
this.
But I can't say that because I love Hunter x Hunter so much. So I'll never talk bad about it.
No, I love certain aspects of it, and I wanted Kite to be so much cooler than he was.
Okay, I'm gonna say this to be fair. The way they did Kite and Gon's relationship didn't seem as strong.
Intense as they made like Gon's reaction to be.
Exactly. I was like,
I was like, he kind of just,
he saved
yeah,
you from a bear or a whatever that thing
yeah,
was,
whatever.
and then you saw him for a bit. I think he trained them for a bit, and then that's the last they like interact, and then he dies, and Gon's going freaking crazy. Like I need to like. It's like no, man, it's okay. It's like
Like the ultimate resolve. Like if it had been Killua that had been like hurt
yeah,
like
that would
that,
make sense.
that makes sense. And like I feel like just saying that, I'm like I feel that instantly more than I feel Kite. Like
Exactly.
Kite. Not that Kite. And this is what I always say about this show. So I always come back to and I forget every time. I'm like, Hunter x Hunter gave itself countless opportunities to have really cool shit happen, and it kind of just cuts it off.
They're like, we don't want the money. It's
Like
fine.
Biscuit being their trainer and shit, and
Oh
then all of a sudden
yeah.
she'll be gone. You know, she's one of the other characters that's in fucking Jump Force as DLC.
What?
They're
Why?
like, oh, we'll let her shine there, but we're not gonna let
Not in the
like
actual anime? No.
she's only their like mentor in the middle of the series. It makes the least amount of sense out of any character in Jump Force.
I think they also never really wrapped up what's his name? Kurapika's like whole I'm gonna kill all
Yeah.
the
Oh,
spider
they put
things.
him. He's in there, and he has like a different like because I think I heard. Does the manga go further than the anime? Doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it goes
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so he has like a him. It's him from the like. I think him
the Oreo.
and Biscuit. I
Oh,
think
this
him
guy.
and
Okay.
Biscuit like resurface later in the manga. They must because like Jump Force kind of goes off what's the latest in the manga
Oh, okay.
for what they're doing.
I think the
Like
last thing
like
I read.
the base of the characters like Bleach. The Bleach characters they have is like them from the Thousand Year Blood War arc. Like that's like 150 chapters after the end.
Okay, that makes more
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. But so you're not a Bleach fan? No.
Heck no. But
Whoa.
not in that way.
No, no, no. I want to know why. Let me
I
know.
just haven't gotten like I haven't seen One Piece or
I
One
haven't
Piece
watched One Piece either.
just because I love myself too much to go through watching all of One Piece. Like that's so much to watch. But I don't know. I didn't really get into Bleach. Like I've seen a couple of episodes, but I was like, nah,
Did it hit for you? Okay.
didn't do it.
I got you. I highly suggest if you ever really can't find a shonen that you want to try like that you know is established. I
Okay.
suggest giving it a chance because it was what I went to after Dragon Ball Z being like my first like all the way Dragon Ball Z GT Super. Then
Watched all of them.
I've watched every.
Dang, that's
Bro,
crazy.
I got Shinron like tattooed like on my arm and
I
shit,
feel
bro.
like I should take this shirt off and give it to you. Like, you're like more the bigger fan than me. That's crazy.
Bro, what's crazy now is fucked now is I'm so much more of a Naruto fan. Like because so then like I got all this shit and then I watched Bleach and Naruto and shit and like now Like I can't. I need. All I want is anime tattoos, bro. Like all the tattoos I want are just anime tattoos.
I only have one. Have you ever heard of Mike and Dazo? Dazzo. He does anime tattoos, and his work.
I follow on Instagram.
Yeah, his stuff's so good. I want to get a tattoo from him someday. I only have one, but I want so many more.
What do you? Is it anime related or?
It is actually. It's right here.
Oh shit!
Wait, where is it? I got their hand.
Oh shit, bitch! Oh, that's great.
I love it. I
That's
want more
great.
though. I want so many more.
Oh, dude, I got this kunai.
I saw that. I've been looking at it. I was gonna bring it up, but I was waiting for the perfect time. Here it is. I like your tattoo.
Hey, thanks, dude. It was such a weird, subtle one that I saw someone had on Instagram, and I was like, I've loved and I had that weird spot just open on my hand after getting the rest of my hand tattooed. That I was like, yes.
Finally, something fits.
When you find little gap fillers that you're like, oh, that was supposed to go there. It's cool. But no, I have a friend who I record him doing next week's episode with him. You'll have to check out. He has a whole Naruto sleeve, and like he's got like the Renegon as his elbow piece.
Yeah.
He's got like Nine Tails, Sage Mode, like full on Naruto. He has everything. He's like, yeah, it's a dope ass. But my favorite anime tattoo artist on Instagram you'll have to check out is Captain Crush. He's in Florida. But he travels a lot. I found out there's anime tattoo conventions, like tattoo conventions only for anime tattoo artists. It is such a lane now that like I love it.
It makes sense. I feel like just conventions and like, do you go to a lot of anime conventions?
So because I'm a new anime fan, I just now like, I'm thinking like finding the next one and cosplaying as All Might for the next like anime convention.
The best one I think to go to once you've like been to maybe a few small ones is Anime Expo. That's like the biggest one I've ever been to, and it's honestly my favorite. Like, I love it.
Where is that one at?
It's in LA. I know that's but like maybe one day you're like, you know what?
Right.
I'm gonna go crazy. Just book a flight. You and your fiance can both come down. And, just go crazy. It's really fun though. You should like even host panels for your podcast, because you can do that. You just apply and then.
Right. Yeah. No, that's total like goals, dude. I've seen like people that do cosplay and stuff do panels, and that's just that'd be cool. That's goals. I want to just like go as a regular attendee first and just like spread the news about spread the word, take little stickers or something for the podcast and really get out there, because like that's the coolest. That's all. Like, bro, we never talked before this, like disclosure, like this when we started the call, the first like recording, that was the first time. Like, you can just talk to anyone about anime that like is an anime fan, and like having a convention of people that are like-minded is like. Now that I'm such a hardcore anime fan, like that sounds like bliss to me. Like I just went to anime club. My girl's in school, and I just like crashed her anime club at her like school. Like I saw that was having a meeting, and that's where I like binge watched the last 8 episodes of Demon Slayer with like these dudes I just met, and like I just like sat down with like 4 dudes, and I had never met, and just talked about anime and shit, and. In a room kind of similar, like.
I've been doing that. Like, I feel like I've met like a lot of my friends now through like cosplaying on Instagram. Like, we'll follow each other, and like I met like 3 people. I had no idea who they are like beforehand, and I'm like, hey, come to LA, and like we hang out first time, and it's just like we're great friends, and it's just like you could be a psycho murderer, but I don't care. I like your cosplay, so it's whatever.
It's like, but you have the most authentic Kakashi cosplay that I've seen. Dude, white or like gray braids. There are so many possibilities. I was thinking of colors because then you got, I mean, every anime has like a white-haired character, and you could do Kakashi, like a cool different gender version of Kakashi, but like
Kaneki.
Who's Kaneki? Oh, I haven't watched Tokyo Ghoul. That's when I
only watched the first season. That's all.
See, okay, I tried watching the first episode of that one, and I will watch That one I have to like sit down and watch a few episodes of at once at first because I have a hard time getting into animes where it's not like we're gonna start with like a character that doesn't understand their power or doesn't have any power, and I want to watch them like understand power.
It
I
does.
it's kind of, does that one do that
It
or
does do that. It's exactly that.
oh shit,
He has like a whole
maybe
mental
I
breakdown trying to figure it out.
oh well shit dude, I need to go back and try that one. Maybe I was just misunderstood or maybe
I
I didn't try that one. I don't
It's
know.
literally. Did you finish the first episode? Because literally, the first to second episode is when he kind of gets his power, and then the second to third episode is where he's trying to like figure it out and like morality and morals and kind of thing. It's really good.
But it was before I was like I would consider myself like an established anime fan, so I'm gonna have to try and go back on that one
Just
because
try.
now that I watch like 5 series at once and shit, I think that's probably like,
This should be no problem for you.
dude, I'm telling you, just trying to be like, because I have to catch. I feel like I have to play catch up and like build my catalog of animes because so many people are into so many different ones. Like,
Hmm.
what are there any other like different ones that you're into, or is it mostly you said mostly shonen, right?
Yeah, there is this one though I liked. It's called Osomatsu Kun San, something like that. And it's literally about six tuplets who are neats, and neats are like basically unemployed virgins, and it's like their day to day life. But it's so fun. I almost cussed. It's so freaking
Oh, you're
funny.
good.
Okay,
Yeah, you can.
it's so freaking funny just like watching their life, and they're just like. I wouldn't call it a slice of life because it's so ignorant and stupid, but at the same time, it's kind of a slice of life of just ignorance and stupidity, if that makes sense.
I got you. I
Okay,
got
yeah.
you. No, have you watched? I also just recently learned that there's like, not just slice of life, but there's like comedy, like slice of life where it's nothing but like just like silly like
Yeah,
comedy.
that's what that show is. It's like just
Okay,
funny
okay, that's
slice
why
of
I
life.
thought you were kind of.
Yeah, yeah, that's
All
what
right,
it literally is. It's great.
got you. Oh, and the other one with gray hair, with gray or white hair, because we were just talking about. You could do like I was thinking we were talking about kite. Like kite would be dope with braids. Right, and you just put the, and you can get that cool hat, and then just
Oh
it's like
my
a
gosh!
right,
Sorry. Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. Oh
right,
my
and
god,
it's
that's such
not,
a
and
good
I
idea.
and everyone would recognize it, but like I don't think many people do it.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be
Yeah,
hype.
I don't. I'm trying to actually look up kite cosplays right now to see how they look. That's such a good idea. I really wanted to do white hair, but I couldn't think of like any good anime characters that have long hair because I usually go from long to short so that I can do like other characters. That's so
Right.
smart. You're so smart.
It's so good. Dude. I've always, uh, I always like relate like anime to real life. Like always, like even if it's just like what people like, what characters people remind me of or shit like that. Like, and I was just thinking of characters with the long hair. But
Oh, I could kill this. Okay, I'm gonna
no, that's
definitely do it.
dope.
That's such a good idea. That's so smart.
Nice.
We did it.
So, anything you want to plug real quick? We're coming up on. We've already gone over an hour.
Oh God. Okay, let me think. Plug. I don't know. I don't really have. I.
It's all good. Are you going to any conventions or anything coming up?
The next convention, the two conventions I plan on going to is Anime Expo and DreamCon. I'm doing a panel with my friends at DreamCon, kind of about like black people and cosplaying and how kind of hard that is for people to do
Oh,
sometimes.
hell yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing that. And then I hope that I kind of want to do a panel like that for Anime Expo too, only because I feel like there's so like not a lot of black cosplayers get the same like
Recognition.
as yeah, and so that's kind of the big reason why I do what I do, especially like using braids and making it very like my own kind of thing, is because not there's not like a lot of representation. Like there's like one or two good people,
Bro, that's why
speak.
you stand out so hard though. That's why I was like, I want to talk to her about it though,
I want
because
to talk to
like
her.
I was like, nah, but that's different. There's like she's such a diehard anime fan, she ain't gonna let any of those stereotypes like hold her
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, and it's I love arguing with people too. So when people do say like you don't look like the anime character, I'm like, okay, explain to me how blah blah blah. Like, and it's just like I don't know. I just want to understand why people think the way they do. Like, it doesn't
Ooh,
make any sense.
okay. I have something. Okay, so I want to cosplay as a character, but I can't without like I'm not. I would never do. I would never do blackface makeup.
Okay,
But you couldn't. But I want. I feel like I would make a badass fourth Raikage, but
you could.
he's technically.
No, I get it,
What do you
but
think
I mean,
about going the opposite way?
the only reason why I would say not to is because
I have
the
so many other options.
no. I'm saying you could still do it. Like you could definitely still do it. But the whole thing with doing blackface is there was such a like it was blackface was literally created to like make fun of black people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
like
Right.
even doing it is kind of like I don't know. So like you can still literally do the entire character. Like if you're especially if your cosplay looks dope, you don't need to have like
Right.
black skin. You know what I mean? That's why when
Yeah.
I do characters, I'm like
I'm
I don't.
pasty, bro. Like I ain't gonna look. I ain't even gonna try to look like
Bro, it's
that.
fine. You can literally do whatever you want. Just
Well, he's
keep in
got
mind of
blonde
other
hair.
people.
Like all those Cloud Ninja
Then
all have blonde hair. You know what I
get
mean?
blonde hair. Get a wig, bro.
No,
You
I have blonde hair, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's
okay?
it's all pulled back, but it's like bleach
Okay,
blonde.
I was like, I see brown hair.
Got you. No, it's I got like long ass blonde hair, and
Ah,
and then his is like just slicked back that, and that's why.
you can
And
definitely do it though.
right, that or the All Might, because you could just. But I that seems like a lot of hairspray, and I don't want the wigs. I don't see, and that's what I like about yours. I hate when people just buy the really shitty foam looking ass like wigs. Like there's a Kakashi one that every shitty like dude cosplayer has, and it's cringe.
To be honest, I can't really talk shit about other people because maybe that's all they could afford, and maybe they just want
Oh
to
no,
cosplay
no,
so
but see,
badly.
I wish they would just like spray paint their hair with the shit with that with that Halloween spray
Yeah,
like
and call it a
gray,
day.
just style it that way, because I would just rather see like I'd rather see each individual person's.
Oh,
I get some people are going for the exact thing, and I get that
yeah,
that's some people's thing, but
yeah.
my favorite is people like you that do their own version of it. I
I
really like that more.
I think the reason why people don't do it is because there's so much backlash. Like I literally did a Powerpuff
So
Girl.
yeah, I haven't been to a convention anymore yet, so I don't know
Oh
like
no, no,
people
no!
are like. No,
I
I'm
totally
saying are
get it.
people are probably like hardcore like
Yeah, yeah,
purists.
yeah.
Like, no, no,
Especially
no, no, no.
like I did a Powerpuff Girl cosplay. It's not even a cosplay. It's a costume, right? And I posted it in this like anime like page on Facebook, and literally everyone was like going crazy. They were calling me ghetto and ratchet and all this stuff just because I did like my own
What?
interpretation. Yeah, so I feel like if you're not very
Oh my
strong in
god.
yourself, it's hard to put stuff out there that you create and then people just bash on it. You know what I mean? So that's why I
Dude,
think, yeah, yeah. So it's hard. I get it. It's hard to do.
I feel you. No, my we were so I was showing last night at dinner. I was showing my fiance the your Powerpuff Girl ones. I was showing her your Instagram. I showed her the Powerpuff Girl one, and she was like, "Oh my god, this gross girl at work. Her and her friends
uh,
did thought they did like a Powerpuff Girl thing, but they did just like weird outfits that were remotely those colors, but
oh,
like not even close. Like I don't know, and they were just really like not good looking people, and not that you have to be a good looking person, but they were just very, if they were unflattering, it was bad. It was just the side by side of that and yours is like your guys' was just such like a cool.
to
It was.
to be honest, our entire costume was very last minute. Like my friend had flown in from Texas that day, like the day before, and I was like, okay, what are we gonna do? Like we need to find our costumes, and then we like literally just pulled it all together and we did it. So it's like maybe they were rushing and they didn't have the same resources. It's hard because like a lot of people too send me their cosplays and they're like, hey, what do you think? And I'm like, well, maybe if you did this, you'd look a little better. But you know what? This is just my opinion. I'm just saying. I don't know if you'll have to listen to me, kind of thing. So I don't know.
I got you. Right? You don't want to be like
I don't want to be like, this doesn't look
this.
good. But if it's your own interpretation, I can't, talk bad about it. Because, like, who am I? I'm just a regular girl out here in the world, But at the same time, let me help you make this look better, please.
Right. I feel for people that, like, more power to the people that, like, don't have the best cosplay but still go into the cons in it.
Yeah, that's so
because, like, that takes a lot of, like, you gotta, like, but that's what's so cool, because like cons create an environment where even though they may be an introverted person and like not have the best costume or even a friend at that con, a lot of people will still go because they like know that it's going to be a place for them to connect with people. And that's, I can't wait to go to one, man, for real, because like just like love it. Yeah, I'm gonna.
You're gonna love it. Yeah, you really are. It's gonna be great. I didn't plug anything, but
Oh
there we
yeah,
go.
dude, I forgot we were trying to. No, the panel.
Oh yeah, the panel at DreamCon. I'm gonna be doing that. Yeah. That's gonna be exciting. But I don't really have anything like. I don't have any work that I can like put out and be like, hey, go my YouTube.
Your Instagram, right? Hey.
Instagram. Oh.
Yeah. It's all good. I'll have your handle under there and everything. You good. But at King Krystal, and look forward to checking out your different gender-bending cosplays.
Sorry, I was
Thanks for coming on, dude. No, you're good. You're good. I'll end it. You're good. 1 second, let me stop the